Hey, this is Coach Wheeler, and I want to start a little series on some dating advice. Recently, I've been doing my relationship advice, which has come off the back of my one-to-one coaching. And I'm finding that in a lot of my one-to-one coaching, all human beings love relationships. And when we get relationships right, it makes us a more peaceful, calm, settled human being. This is some dating advice, and this has come back off a lot of questions from people on what to do in dates, and it comes on like, how do I pick the right person? How do I find the right man? How do I keep my man interested? What are men thinking? Because I think women have a lot more thoughts and emotions and all different crazy things, and men are sometimes very hard to read, and sometimes very black and white. If we're hungry, we'll eat. If we're tired, we'll sleep. And sometimes I think women struggle to understand that necessarily. And when it comes to the dating world, that can really be a big issue. So I want to give from a man's perspective and a life coach perspective, some kind of mindset tips on what to do when you approach your first date. And obviously, but at this stage, we presume that you found someone that you like. You might have connected through a friend of a friend. You might have met on an app or a dating website, and you've agreed. You kind of have a lot of things that you like about them. You believe they're a good person, and obviously the foundations are set with your mindset. And obviously that goes back to who you are and your principles and your values. But that's a different series. And you've picked someone that you kind of have a core interest with, and you've decided to go on a first date. And the tips I would say for the first date are to understand the man's point of view and how you want to keep him interested, and his intrigue and his desire to want to see you more, chase you and be interested in you. Understanding how men think is one of the points, as I've just said, that we're very simple. So you need to pique our interest, is get us excited and get that hunter-gatherer, that hunter instinct of us that make us want to chase you, make us want to find that amusement, that sort of what's the word to use? That sort of interest, or that thrill that will keep us going. So you need to do that, and you want to do that strategically through the date. Obviously, at the same time, trying to get to know them, conversating with them, being open, being interested, showing your womanly wares, and discovering for yourself if in the flesh this is the man for you. But along with trying to get him interested and chasing him, tip number one is, when you dress, don't dress in your A game, your number one, your killer outfit. Don't go with that. If you're talking on a level of 1 to 10, 10 being your killer heels, your dress, your makeup, the full booyah, let's go out there and knock their socks off. Don't do that. Even if you're going to a nice restaurant or somewhere really fancy, tone it down a little bit. Maybe start off at a 5 or a 6. Wear something a little bit revealing, a little bit sexy that makes you feel very womanly and shows off your womanly wares, but doesn't reveal everything. So that will spark his interest, because he might get a little flash of your shoulder, or a little peek of the cleavage, or a little curve line in your booty, or something like that, which he might be attracted to, and that will pique his interest. That will make him want more. Maybe even wear a jacket that covers the top, that halfway through the night you say, is it me or is it a little bit hot in here? And then you take the top off to reveal a sort of slightly more revealing. Like I say, not your A game, booyah, full premiership, top of the line gear, but something quite nice. So that is tip number one. Tip number two is, through the conversation as you're talking, is try to be a little bit flirtatious. Now, not too much where he thinks you're the crazy side of things, but just enough to kind of make him feel like it was something that he created, that in this environment, that talking to you, you kind of felt a little bit like, wow, and maybe you just sort of, you brush your hand across your chest, or do something where you show a little sign of flirtation. And it can also be something that you say, something a little bit flirty, and almost play with him a little bit. Men like to feel that they kind of stimulate their women, that they are the number one, they're the alpha male, they're the reason that you feel this way. Like I said, when you say, oh, is it me or is it hot in here, and you take your top, you take your jacket off to reveal more of your femininity, he's going to feel like that's him. That's going to, again, excite his mind to be interested, to want more, to like, wow, this is going really well. I'm doing everything I'm saying I'm doing, and my presence is making her feel like, she wants to strip off and do all this other stuff. So that's kind of, and obviously, like I say, as you're progressing, be interested in what he says, listen to the things he's saying, so, talk as well. Don't dominate the conversation, because men can easily shut down and go into baby mode and just sit there and listen, or not listen, as you women often think that we do. So that is tip number two. And then as we head towards the end of the date, I would always try and leave on a positive note, but on a positive note where you leave him with a little taster of what's to come. If you like him, obviously this is all this is all presuming that he's someone you want to date, and you're finding he's really interested and he brings things, and you think, wow, this guy's actually kind of someone I want to see. Leave the date with a little taster of what's possibly to come. Now, obviously, don't go too far and don't give too much. Like I said with the A-game dress, don't reveal your best guns. Don't reveal your best weaponry. Leave that for another day. Leave him wanting more, chasing more, excited, the hunter in him, the primal instinct of the man wanting to come and get more. And then at the end of the day, a friend of mine said, I like to, when I'm dating, is to have a little cuddle, so he can feel my body, and then just have a little kiss. Now, if you feel comfortable, maybe you have a little smooch, or you feel that's on the cards, then that's fine. That's up to you, your different level. But always try and leave with either a little cuddle or maybe a kiss on the cheek, just that little contact that will drive him crazy. He'll think, wow, we had a really great date, everything was good, these things happened, these flirtatious signs where he won't know. He might think, did that really happen, or was that me, or was it just, is she like this? Or it will inspire his intrigue, it will pique his interest, it will light up that hunter gathering and hunter that will want to come and chase you more. And just finish with a little kiss where he'll go home and he might have the smell of your perfume or a little smudge of your lipstick just on his cheek or on the corner of his lip, which will drive him insane. And that is a good first step on a first date of how to get him wanting more and get him chasing you. I hope this tip helps, and look forward to more dating advice from me, Coach Wheeler. I'll see you on the other side. Peace.